So this is something I typically don't do every year, but I say I'm going to. I'm going to do a video for the games that I enjoyed the most. So let's start off on a sour note. Well, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Aaron from GameWithUs.com, and you're looking at weaponized broccoli and what looks to be a scallion or an onion. This is Yasai Ninja. This is on the PS4. This is also on the Xbox One. This was the worst game that I played this year. The play control was terrible. It's buggy. You can see the clipping to the wall. It was a really, really bad game. I thought looking at it might be a kind of a cool platformer. I didn't really get far in the game at all because it really is just that bad. It's just not good. And with some more time, it could have maybe been fun. But I did not play Afro Samurai 2, at least the final version. But that is my worst game of the year. So on to the good stuff. One of the highlights, one of the many highlights. Let's focus on the good. 13 AM Games is Runbow. Runbow is a fantastic action racing platformer with a plethora of modes. It has up to 9 players, local multiplayer, up to 9 online. It's just a fantastic game. There's a mode where I'm actually, as you see here, I'm using the Wii U gamepad. It's a Wii U exclusive. I don't know if I mentioned that. Color Master mode, where you drag and drop different hazards and things onto the other players and attempt to get them to lose. So it's like everybody else has a controller, and the one person with the gamepad is going against everyone else. A lot of fun. And you see here, you might notice a couple of characters, some of your favorite indie games like Arid from The Fall, Rusty from SteamWorld Dig. There's a bunch of different indie characters included in here. Oh, characters from Guacamelee are in there. So as you see, the background is always changing colors, and the platforms you need to jump on, if the background and the platform are the same color, the platform disappears. So if you're jumping to an orange platform and then the background becomes orange, that platform is no longer there. So yeah, the fun just begins, and it just gets nuts. And there's power-ups, there's ways to switch places with other characters. As you can see, things, you could turn the world upside down. It's just a ton of modes. It's just a really, really fun game that I just enjoyed immensely. Just the number of modes, and I felt that it really didn't get its due. It kind of got slept on, unfortunately. Which a lot of titles do. There's so many games coming out, independent and otherwise. It's hard for everything to shine, but this was definitely one of my favorites this year.
Ethan Carter I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right, plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail, but soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map.
So we have the Vanishing of Ethan Carter, which is a first-person adventure, I guess I would call it. It came out last year, I think, on the PC, and it came out for PS4 this year, which is why I included it. At first, I didn't understand what I was supposed to be doing. I didn't get it, but once the game clicked, I thought the story was fantastic. Just the way you piece everything together is really, really interesting. So definitely had to be on my list for this year. And then when you go through the chronology activities, piecing together some things that happen, it just gets even crazier. Fantastic game, though. Axiom Verge. Unfortunately, this video is going to be done kind of at 500 times speed. I couldn't get the audio. Well, I had to take the review I did, and I don't want to be talking over myself. So rather than have the audio be crazy, or go too long, I decided just to speed it up. Now, obviously, speeding it up, I'm not trying to say that the game isn't worth your time or anything. It's on my list of best games of the year. It's fantastic. If you love Super Metroid, there's really no reason why you shouldn't have played or be playing Axiom Verge. It's fantastic. Castle in the Darkness. This came out earlier in the year. This is an action platform with RPG elements. Very difficult game. The same issue with Axiom Verge. The sound issue, so I decided just to show a lot of content, just at a quick pace. Hey, look, Vigo. And it's a game with a lot of little funny references, as you can see. I'm sure you recognize the Fire Brandish character, Bub from Bubble Bobble. It's a great game. It's only on Steam, I believe. It should make. I hope it makes its way to the consoles next year, because it really is good. It's a really good, difficult action RPG. A lot of different bosses and weapons and things. Tough but fair. Yeah, people might think this is a cop-out because Shovel Knight was my game of the year, I think, last year. So you say, well, you had it on last year, but Plague of Shadows is fantastic. They basically took, Yacht Club Games took Shovel Knight and essentially let you play the whole game with a different character. It plays completely differently. I know Plague Knight was not everybody's cup of tea. That's why it's called Plague of Shadows, as you are playing as Plague Knight. And it kind of shows what he's doing before Shovel Knight kind of gets started, and I think sometimes while Shovel Knight's doing what he's doing. So the game is great. Yes, you're playing through the same stages, but it still has Yacht Club Games. Yacht Club Games' wonderful design and music and everything. Well, the music's probably, a lot of it's the same, but there's definitely some new stuff because Plague Knight's a different character. And as you see, you're going underneath the town. So Shovel Knight's walking into the town, you're walking underneath the town. And you kind of see things that were just going on in tandem while Shovel Knight was doing what he was doing. It was really cool. And I probably should have mentioned it when it was up, but Plague Knight plays very differently. His weapons are different. Everything about it is just different. So it's like yes, it's the same level structure, the same overall map, but you're fighting and doing things in a very different way, which to me is just fantastic. I love the world of Shovel Knight, and just be able to dive back in with a new character just seemed like a great idea. Yes, it's a cop-out. Yes, it's a compilation. So I don't know if people say, well, you can't, it's a compilation, so it shouldn't count. I don't care. Rare Replay was fantastic. It's 30 games. I mean, no, I'm not really familiar with the ZX Spectrum stuff, but it's on here, So there's a wonderful opening number, and I'm just going to run through the plethora of games that are included in this compilation. As you can see, there's 30. There's quite a few. I mean, there's some N64 games, which you're playing on your Xbox One. Like, how could I not include that? N64 game. I mean, come on. My hands are tied. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. And when you open up each game, there's milestones, which are like your achievements. And there's also, when you open up each game, like you earn stamps. And those stamps give you like a different, what does it say? Follower 2. So the stamps give you like a different level. So you see there's a lot of stamps, 330 stamps. So there's tons. In addition to those, there's featurettes, there's making of videos, there's concept showcases, and those videos are fantastic. Yes, you can watch a lot of them on YouTube, but you can also unlock them within the game itself, which is great. And the snapshot gallery is sort of like NES Remix, but for the 30 games in Rare Replay, which is great. So you can play little challenges and snapshots of each game. So if you want to play Snake, Rattle, and Roll the regular way, you can play it sort of like a quick little activity. I'm not describing that very well, but it really is akin to something like NES Remix. We play like a little, for lack of a better word, snapshot. Up next, we have Ziggurat, which came out last year on Steam, but then it came to PS4 and Xbox One in 2015. I love this game. Yes, you just walk around shooting stuff. I don't know, looking at it thinking, oh, Hexen or Hexic. Yeah, it has the whole medieval sorcery kind of thing going on, get magic, but it's just such a fun game. The point is, you're in these randomly generated levels. There's power-ups you can get, and the object is to find the portal key, so you can use the portal to bring the boss in, to defeat the boss, to get to the next level. And there's like, I think only 10 or 12 levels, but like I said, they're randomly generated. And you go into rooms, as you can see here, it says increase attack rate. Sometimes the room will have an effect. It might help you, it might be a hindrance, it might be a help. It might put you at an advantage. Whatever it is, you have to deal with it. And there's like an overall life bar for like each room for all the monsters cumulatively. So once you defeat them all, you can keep going. And as you'll level up and be able to power up different abilities and things that you can carry with you. So you build that character out, and as you keep playing, if you beat the game, you'll start all over again, but then you'll be able to use that character from the beginning. Yeah, and then there are some rooms in the game that are a little too challenging. Like, I was not going to hop on all that to get to the other side. But like I said, you find the portal key, use it in the room, the boss comes in, and you shoot at it. What's not to like? Sometimes the bosses are like different versions of some of the regular characters, but that's fine. And there's a ton of different magic and stuff too that you can use. So you're in a lot of different abilities and just have fun blasting stuff. Like, you just shoot stuff. The only thing I think that could have made this game better was like co-op. But I mean, you know, it's not there, but it's fine. It's still a fantastic game. Playing it solo. There's leaderboards, so that works as well. So I think it might be on sale. I don't know, for one of these end of the year kind of sales, but I don't know. Ziggurat was one of my favorites. And a game that has had a ton of critical acclaim, but unfortunately thus far has not been quite the commercial success is Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm just showing you a piece here. I hope this doesn't involve too many spoilers, or spoilers in terms of outfits. Yes, Laura has a shotgun. This game is great. The crafting, the optional tombs, and they're not like daunting. I mean, you can do the tombs in some like 10-15 minutes, but some of them are puzzles that might have you scratching your head for a little while longer. But it's all up to you. You know, whatever you have is up to you. If you run out of arrows, you just want to use guns, then don't make any more arrows. I don't know why you do that, but whatever you want to do. The game looks fantastic. It sounds great. There's a ton of things to do, and the level design is fantastic. And it just keeps going. It just keeps giving you more. You can really sink a lot of hours into this thing.
All right, I'll look for her there.
We're almost done evacuating the wounded here.
Yeah, she kind of is a mass murderer in some ways, but you can sneak. Does that help? Does that make her less mass murdery? Maybe. Maybe not. Don't judge. You have many tools at your disposal. Some things won't make sense, like why you're picking up pieces of a gun, yet the enemies are dropping like the same gun all over the place. But whatever. There are also helicopters, and maybe a Hind-D.
Missed one. Be more thorough going forward.
But like I said, there's certain sections of the game where they give you a little more choice. You can go in guns blazing, or sneak up and choke people. I kind of got tired of this choking animation, but that's one of the few complaints I have about this game. So you can go right for the throat, or the head. It's all up to you. There's also poison arrows. It wasn't like a good poison arrow. But, yeah, like I said, you do have choices, but, yeah, sticking around does have its advantages. Alright. Mario Maker. Super Mario Maker. This is also a game that I have to admit, on my podcast, Game Enthuse Podcast, which is available right now. I did say this is one of the games that I wish I had played more of, but when I play it, this is a magical time. It's a lot of fun. I'm not the creative type in terms of levels, so I'm not really making anything. I just have a ton of fun playing what's already on the disc, in addition to the almost seemingly endless supply of user-created levels. I'm not making anything, but people have made some stuff that just blows your mind how they even thought of it. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I probably spend hours trying to find the best of the best, but I just wanted to give an example of just some of the things that are there. So people from all over the world are contributing levels, and it's just insanity. And you love it. Well, I hope you love it. I don't know. Love it. Some, I just don't even... There's just so much going on. It's like, what? But... a lot of deaths. While others, a little more straightforward. It's one of the games you can use pretty much all the amiibo with. There's some exceptions. And change Mario into different characters, which is always kind of cool. Oven, okay. And being able to use the physics and art styles from different versions of Mario games is just, it's a fantastic game. Just, if you have an internet connection, yeah, and a Wii U, I'm preaching to the choir. You probably already own this game. If you don't, like, what's wrong with you? Would you buy a Wii U for? That seems kind of judgy, doesn't it? Well, if you can get the game, get the game. Yeah, I'm not really much on the creator thing, but hey, teach their own. A game that pissed me off to no end, but I still love it, is Ori and the Blind Forest. Kind of fast forwarding here through much of the beginning, which is, hey, there's Ori and Nehru, I think. And times were great, and it was sun was shining, but then when the sun's shining, it can't always shine, so things unfortunately take a turn. Yes, there's spoilers, but this is the first 20 minutes of the game, so yeah. But yeah, I guess I didn't show everything. But the game does get insanely difficult in some sections. It just, there were times I almost questioned like why they made it so hard, but that's, you know, this is what they wanted to make. It's fantastic. Yes, there were times where I had to just put it down for months, but I always do end up coming back to it. I'll be honest, I've not completed it, but I still love the game. Music is so good. Just stick with it. Great game. Has to be on the list of best games. And I think the game that I enjoyed the most is Life is Strange. Dontnod did a fantastic job with this game. Yes, this is me having chopped up the first trailer, the trailer for the first episode, because I did play through the whole thing, but I didn't capture very much of it, so forgive me. This is just the trailer from episode 1. Plus, it also enables me to not spoil more things for you. This game is great. You know, saying the word hella too many times. I mean, there are some sins it has, but who cares? I mean, some of the writing is a little funky in terms of like what teenagers would say versus young adults. Who cares? The story is just engrossing. I enjoyed every episode. The ending was impactful. Like, I can't wait to see what Dontnod does again. You know, what their next release is. This is a fantastic game. I think it's on sale on PSN, on Xbox One, Steam. Get this game. And it's cheap. It's like no more than $10. I thought I might have seen it for like less than $3.
What would you do now?
This is the game. This is my game of the year. I didn't, you know, list anything. This was not like a 1 through 10 plus 11. This is my game of the year. Life is Strange is fantastic. So that does it for me. Those are the games that I really enjoyed in 2015. My two partners, Tiny and Mike, Tiny and Saltsuit, on our Game of the Year episode, we did list what our games of the year were. Tiny enumerated his, Mike did not. But you can see these are just some crudely pasted in from Google Docs. But these are their games of the year. So as you can see, there's some overlap, but we definitely have, you know, some differing opinions on things, which is cool. That's why we do such a great show. So check it out at GameOfThieves.com. It's on Stitcher and iTunes, all that good stuff. So that's it. These are the games I enjoyed the most in 2015. Let me know what you think. What were your, you know, most enjoyed games, most disappointing games, etc. Please fill up the comments. I guess that's it. Have a happy new year.